welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessica and I created Dolled Up by Jay. So in today's video, I have things I've learned since living in Dubai, part 2. So if you haven't seen the first video, I will link it below for you. It's a good one. I wanted to share some more of the tea, some more of the hot goss, some more of the fun facts. So if you're here for it, give the video a thumbs up and let's get to it. I have my notes here. First thing about living in Dubai is there are influencers everywhere, literally. Instagram models, influencers, whatever you want to call it. I kind of love it though because there's so many nice, beautiful restaurants, beach clubs, places to hang out here. So these are going to be very photogenic, photo-friendly places. So it's only natural people are going to want to take photos, and there are a lot of tourists in Dubai as well. But the amount of photos you see being taken here is like, it's like full-on photo shoots, like Instagram boyfriends taking photos for like an hour, like you name it. And people here are not self-conscious. They have no shame. Like they will literally like get in the pool, do all the poses, and it's really interesting to watch. So there's definitely a ton of like Instagram-y type girls. There's a lot of, you know, very kind of trendy looking women, very flashy, a lot of like sparkle, a lot of glitter, a lot of kind of, you know, how do I say this respectfully? A lot of, you know, scandalous outfits happening as well. And it's interesting because there's such a difference in culture here. You know, like Dubai is primarily a Muslim culture. And so Muslim culture is known to be a lot more, you know, conservative. That brings me to the next point, is that you can wear anything you want in Dubai. So it's interesting because you'll go to a restaurant and you'll see like one table of, you know, conservative, modest dressed local women in like beautiful abayas. They have some really amazing ones with different prints and different patterns and different embellishments. It's really cool to see. I notice it's very popular. They like to really accessorize with the bags and shoes. So even though if they're wearing maybe an all black outfit, they will wear like a really glittery like aquazura shoes and like a beautiful purse with it. I learned now to always look at the shoes, especially in Dubai Mall. They always have really fun shoes. So you'll see a table of more modest women, and then you'll see it right next to them like an influencer table with like super low tight dresses and like short skirts and high heels. It's just the Dubai way. There's just different cultures here, but everything is kind of accepted. I think that's a bit of a misconception, is when I came and moved here, a lot of my friends were like, oh my God, how is it? Like, what can you wear? Do you have to cover up? And like, I was worried about that too, to be honest. I was like, oh, am I gonna have to change how I dress and like, you know, change my whole style? But no, not at all. Like you can literally wear whatever you want, which is actually like really nice. Obviously, if you are going to a more elegant upscale restaurant, then I'm not gonna be showing up in like a super tight outfit with everything showing and skin showing and all of that. But that's just not my personal style. You could still do it. You might just get like a few looks, you know what I mean? And you know, there are some people you see sometimes walking around and it's like, okay, like, you know, no shade to them, but like, they didn't really quite get the memo that maybe there's like more modesty, you know, here, but it is what it is. I think that everything is accepted. It just, you might get a few dirty looks, but no one will say anything to you. That brings me to my next point as well, is, you know, people are asking me what it's like to be there as like a blonde woman who visually, you know, isn't obviously a local. And it's honestly fine. I think people here are very, very considerate, very polite, so friendly. I said this in my first Dubai video as well. And honestly, it is so safe. Like you can go for walks here at night as a woman, no issues. Literally every single building has security in front of it. There's actually more women walking at night alone than men walking alone that I see. And I also saw that Dubai was ranked like one of the top safest places in the world for solo female travelers. And I just saw on Instagram the other day, they have a new law that men are not allowed to harass or touch women in any way in public, or else they can receive a fine of up to 10,000 dirhams, so about 3,000 US, and about 1 year of jail time. So that's actually really nice because, you know, traveling to certain countries, you hear about instances where women are maybe like touched inappropriately in public transit situations, or, you know, catcalled, or derogatory terms or being kind of spoken to them in passing, and that's literally never happened to me here at all. I've never had any bad situations here. The most that's honestly happened is cars, usually Lamborghini drivers for some reason, will pull up next to you and whistle or say like, oh, you're beautiful, where are you going? And like, then you just kind of like ignore them and they go away. But I've never had anything actually bad happen here, knock on wood. I feel very, very safe and secure. And yeah, everywhere here, the buildings are extremely secure. There's a lot of security protocols within the buildings as well, which is fabulous. So it's honestly a very safe place. I honestly feel safer in Dubai than in Canada right now. When I went to visit Canada this holiday season, I just find like downtown Vancouver now, they have a lot of unfortunate mental health and substance use issues in Vancouver that the city has not handled well, and unfortunately it is sometimes a safety issue for a lot of residents, and women now are getting like randomly attacked as well, and it's just not a really pleasant time. So I personally do not feel comfortable walking around downtown Vancouver by myself like I would in Dubai at this moment, which is just a little bit sad. I left sunglasses before in a car, and my wallet in a taxi, and the driver literally will like run after you and give it to you. And it's happened to my friend as well with her wallet, and it's amazing. Like, what city will you get a taxi driver or an Uber driver run after you with glasses and a wallet? Like, this has happened to so many people here, and it's honestly amazing. I know it can happen in other cities. It's not as common. You might never see those objects again, but here it's just like you leave something, someone will turn it in somewhere, or someone will try and call you and try and return it. Like, it's quite amazing. It's just not a type of culture where there's any sort of theft. There's a lot of just like respect involved, and if you see something, return it and don't be like a crappy person, you know? Another thing is that it's actually not that hot here until it is. So basically from about end of October to now, which is like mid-March, it's actually very nice. So it's technically, we're just coming out of the Dubai winter. So it's about like 24 to like 30 at this point right now. It's gonna be like 32 this week. But honestly, during the Dubai winter, like some days it's actually a little too chilly to tan outside, even a little too windy, which is interesting. Dubai is known as being such a hot place, but it's not actually that bad until like May, June. That's when it starts to really get hot. It gets into the 40s. It's like you're sweating, it's humid, it's a disaster. You want to wear makeup to a beach club? Good luck, sweetheart. Put those filters on and call it a day. That is it if you want makeup. Like, that's just how it is. So in the summer, literally there'll be days before I went to Europe in the summertime. There was days when it was like 42 feels like 50, 47 feels like 54. Like, it's disgusting. The heat is like, you can't even sit outside in the sun or you feel like you're literally gonna faint. Like, I met a friend for drinks once, and it was, I think, like July, first week of July, and it was 42 outside in the afternoon, and it was so humid. I was just sitting there, and after 30 minutes I was like, I can't stay here anymore. Like, I'm actually gonna faint. Like, this is too much, because it's just the humidity, right? So honestly, the peak time to come if you're a tourist would definitely be like October, maybe even end of September-ish to March. Like, it's really not that bad during that time. It's very pleasant, it's very nice. It's usually around like 27, maybe 30 degrees, and not bad at all. You actually also don't really burn here that much. You really don't. I don't know why. I just don't really burn as much in Dubai. Like, the sun is hot, but it's not as strong as if you were to go somewhere like, say, the Caribbean or like the Maldives, or even when I was in Hawaii, I was getting so dark there so fast, but the sun was like very strong. I was like red every day at the end of the day. And here the sun really isn't like that strong. I don't know what it is, probably because we're more north. It's just hot, it's just hot. So in the summertime, a lot of people do like to try and leave Dubai because it's just like unbearable and you can't go outside. So people will literally go to the mall to go on walks, because Dubai Mall is so big, and people will go there to like go on walks and get exercise if they like don't want to be in a gym. Like, it just is wild. Speaking of the mall, makeup is way more expensive here. Makeup is like 20% more expensive. I mentioned this in my recent beauty haul video, if you guys have seen that. Yeah, makeup is more expensive, which is a bit annoying, because if you already like brands from Sephora can be, you know, a bit more expensive than the drugstore by like, you know, 50 to 100%. And buying, you know, nice makeup here is definitely expensive. I'm just like, why is this Dior foundation like almost $80? Like, this is crazy, but it's just how it is. And yeah, Dubai Mall, you can get lost in Dubai Mall. Like, it's honestly so large. I know my way around it now because it's been a year, but yeah, there's a lot of stores. A lot of the really popular luxury stores, such as like Hermes, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, they'll always have a lineup outside. So if you are going to make a visit to Dubai, I would strongly recommend going, you know, when it opens from like 10 a.m. to like 1, because then it gets really busy after usually. It's funny though, because the mall is actually open till at least midnight. Actually, I'm gonna Google it. Is it open till midnight, or is it open? It used to be open till 2 a.m. Like, what? Who's shopping at 2 a.m.? Dubai is shopping at 2 a.m. Dubai Mall hours. So yeah, it is. It's open till midnight. So kind of interesting, kind of nice though, you know, if you need to get like a last minute gift or like some flowers or something, you know, on your way to dinner for someone's birthday really quickly, and it's there, like, it's just there, right? So yeah. One thing about Dubai that it's a bit annoying sometimes is the city is so spread out that sometimes it takes like 20-30 minutes to get from one neighborhood to the next. If you think about it, like they basically made this entire place out of the desert within like what, 20, 25 years out of nothing. So sometimes people critique the city planning as a little bit of a sprawl, but it depends. It depends what neighborhoods you like to hang out in. If you were to go to the Palm is going to be probably at least 25, 30 minutes to get you downtown. So depending where you live in Dubai, it can be a bit of annoying. You're constantly driving. You can't really walk because it's so spread out. It's not a very walkable city. On top of that as well, there's constantly construction. They're always building. Dubai is known for big, majestic, beautiful towers, right? So they're constantly creating more of them. And it's crazy because a lot of them sell out before they even open the building, which is nuts. Like there's just so many people actually moving to Dubai. I think part of it is Expo, and I think part of it also is just the less restrictions. Like in the past year, there's barely been any COVID restrictions here aside from the masks. Basically everything has stayed open except the nightclubs. The nightclubs are all open now, although I've only actually been to one in a year since living here. Like I'm not really like, I don't know, I just don't really have the desire to go to clubs for some reason as much right now. Like maybe if I'm like on holiday, but I don't know, I'm just kind of whatever. I'm more into the beach clubs. Beach clubs are fabulous. So yeah, that's another thing is Dubai has a lot of really great beach clubs. And no, it's not too hot. You know, obviously if you're going in like June, July, you're not going to enjoy yourself as much. But the pools are nice and chilled. They're nice and cool. And there's a lot of great beach clubs. If you want to do something really bougie, go to Sal at the Burj Al Arab. It's fabulous. It's lovely. If you want the same kind of concept but not as expensive, there is Twiggy in the Park Hyatt on the canal. That's really nice. A lot of the nice hotels too, if they aren't completely booked up, you can do day passes and rent a lounge chair or a cabana. So that's a nice experience too if you do visit Dubai, or if you do even live in Dubai and you kind of want to like get out of your building, get out of your house and just be somewhere a little more vibey. There's a lot of beach clubs. I have heard mixed things about the Five Palm. I'm not gonna say them. It's not for everyone. So I'm really curious if you guys have been to Dubai, if you've been to the Five Palm, what your experience is like, what you thought of it. I've heard it's a nice building. It should just get a little too rambunctious, as they may say. I'm being really respectful, guys. I don't want to get canceled. So yeah, I mean, I honestly want to go there and like vlog it and like let you guys know what I think. So I think I might do that in a Dubai vlog. So subscribe if you haven't yet. And yeah, let's make that happen. Let's make it happen. Because I want to see like what it's actually like, you know, is it wild or is it just like not that bad? So let's see. Overall, loving Dubai, and I just wanted to make a fun little video for you guys if you're curious about, you know, some more things I've learned since living here. And I hope that it is informative and interesting for you. And if you enjoyed it, definitely thumbs up the video and consider subscribing if you haven't already. All right, guys, take care. Bye.